All right, we're down off the roof now. We're going to look at our drawings that we've created and make all of our flashing ahead of time before we go back on the roof. So what I have in front of me are hand drawings that I made based on my measurements. You don't need any drafting program to do this. And the first piece is going to be my apron flash. And this flashing is 29 inches long by 12 inches deep by 5 inches tall. And my chimney measures 20 inches, so what I've done is I've added 3 inches to both sides to make the flashing larger than the chimney to allow for some hand bends up on the roof. So what I've done is I've taken the 12 and the 5 and added those together to come up with an overall width of 17 inches by 29 inches. That's called a blank width. So I've taken that and I've transferred that over to my coil, and I actually pre-made that piece of flashing for you here, and as you can see, it's 12 by 5, which is 17 by 29, and I've put just kind of an eyeball bend here, which is roughly 63 degrees, which is the 612 roof that we're working on. So that's called our apron flash. Next piece that I've pre-made is also an apron flash, but this goes on the front of the chimney. This was on the rear. This is the front. And as you can see, it is also 29 inches long, which is 3 inches longer than our chimney on each side. Only here it's 4.5 inches by 5 inches, and we have what's called a tight hem here. So a tight hem is a 1/2 inch bend that's totally crushed over to make a nice stiff edge. Anytime we have exposed flashing that's always going to be exposed, we like that tight hem because it's stronger, it's safer, and it looks better. So that is this piece, and again, this angle here is a 512 open the other way, which is 116 degrees, or a 612 it was. And our remaining pieces of flashing are cap flashes. So I have a piece of cap flashing here that is 29 inches long. This is going to be my front cap flashing, and we'll make another piece for the back cap flashing. And this has a tight hem, has a 6-inch leg, and at the top is our critical piece where we put a 1-inch bend with a 1/2 inch open hem, and this is the piece that we're going to physically hammer into that saw cut that you saw on the chimney. And this is critical for water diversion. So we're making 2 of these. And lastly, for the sides going up the slope, I have a piece that's 35 inches long with a 5-inch leg. Otherwise identical, so it's a little bit longer for going up the side of the chimney, and it's just 1 inch shorter because it doesn't need to be quite as tall up the slope. So those are our pieces of cap flashing. One other note that I shouldn't miss is our step flashing, which is considered base flash. I like to pre-make this out of the color-matched coil stock, and these need to be a minimum of 4 inches per code, but we like 5 inches instead of 4 for a little added protection. And again, length here, 7 inches is a minimum. I'd rather have these closer to 10 inches for as much water protection as we can get.